Everyday Alex Lamong, who fled violence in South Sudan and immigrated to the U.S. in 2009, worries about his future.
I just want to be given an opportunity to start my life fresh without always worrying about, hey, will I be safe next year?
The 28-year-old is one of thousands of immigrants facing possible deportation as the Trump administration ends temporary protected status for a host of countries. Lamong, who was 11 when he came to the U.S., says his father, 2 brothers, and a number of family members were killed in the ongoing bloodshed engulfing South Sudan. So your whole extended family basically has been killed in South Sudan because of the violence there?
Yes, ma'am.
That must be terrifying to think about being deported back there.
Being deported there is basically like a suicide mission. The whole community is devastated because this is the only thing we've been relying on to live in states. And now that's stripped away.
As of March 31st, 2025, there are approximately 1.3 million people with temporary protected status living in the U.S., according to the American Immigration Council. The Trump administration has said it is ending TPS for at least 11 countries. Officials have also insisted that the situations in those places no longer meet the TPS requirements. And in some cases, they've said conditions on the ground have improved enough for people to safely return.
TPS is a program that was always meant to be temporary. I know that the president wants to bring integrity to our programs and make sure that they're applied appropriately to the individuals and to the countries to which they're supposed to benefit.
But Ophelia L. Caldron, an immigration lawyer, says the Trump administration's efforts are part of a different goal than the one articulated by the administration.
I think it's part of their push to punish all immigrants, legal or otherwise, for being in the United States. I think that their movement to one by one terminate designation is a movement to piece by piece terminate TPS. Period.
There have been at least a half a dozen lawsuits seeking to push back on President Trump's efforts to end TPS, with varying results.
Anybody, actually, who has TPS should seek legal counsel so that they can figure out if there's something that can be done.
NBC News asked the Department of Homeland Security for comment on this story and about what recourse it offers people whose TPS is ending. But we didn't hear back. In October, the Supreme Court allowed the Trump administration to revoke temporary legal status for up to 600,000 Venezuelan immigrants. Maria Sidman, who ran a medical lab in Venezuela, is worried about being forced back there. She says local political actors began threatening her for not supporting Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
We was forced to leave Venezuela. It's not like my decision. I was forced.
Now, her TPS has expired and her asylum request is still pending. Like Lamong, she says she isn't sure what she will do.
The government of Venezuela have been broken so many human rights. I don't understand why you want to send us back. The situation in Venezuela, it doesn't change. It's getting worse. It's getting worse and worse every day.
Meanwhile, Lamong, a decorated track athlete and graduate of Ohio State, lives in fear as he tries to get asylum to stay in the U.S.
I'm terrified. I don't know where I'll go. I don't know. I'll just feel like another foreigner in a place where I used to know that no longer exists.
Yamiche, Alcindor, NBC News.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.